All right, so we played a bit of a prank on you guys to kick it off. Haha, gotcha. You should be able to hear our wonderful voices now, and let's take it one more time from the top. Welcome, everybody, to the 2021 season of College COD. My name is Morgan Dunn, and I am joined by the wonderful Cruz and Spaz. Cruz, for the second time, how are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'm just as hyped as I was the first time through, but I am just as excited now. I mean, 2021 CCL season, brand new format, 180 teams. We're getting into it right now. This is going to be a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, and as we send it right now over to our map one for the first game of the evening here on Bravo Stream, it is going to be an in-state battle. The University of Iowa, the Hawkeyes, taking on the University of Northern Iowa Gold, and we are starting things off here on Crossroads for the hard point. It's been a long time coming. You guys have seen the teasers, you've seen the announcements, the teams posting all of their rosters, and we are finally into this action. Once we load in, we will be able to see and go through these two teams' rosters. I have a feeling, though, this might be a bit of a rough start, and yep, might take one quick reset
Yeah,
as looks like one of the members and I was thinking about maybe crossing lines. They were like, hey, Iowa's pretty good. Those Hawkeyes got something going. So we'll take it to a quick draw right here. And that gives us just a little bit of time to talk about how this first map might look.
yeah. So, I mean, looking into it, crossroad hard points. We've all been here. We've seen it before, but we're going to have four hills basically. It's going to be center tank's going to be the first hill. It's going to be super contest heavy. Then you're gonna have your second and third hills, which are a little bit more contested, but if you get the right setup, you can definitely get some points on it. But then that P4 hill, that's gonna be your big money hill. If you can control those left side spawns, it's gonna be all about getting those spawns down so that you can get a lot of time there and just absolutely run up the score.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Name of the game here on Crossroads is Hills 3 and 4. That is where the points are made. That is where the differences happen. And if one team can just make a massive hold and completely control those 2 points one after the next, there's just really nothing you can do as the other squads. They are so effectively defended. You got to watch out for maybe some backside flanks, kind of going behind the big boulder on the bottom left of the mini map, sneaking in and stealing those spawns away. But otherwise, it can be a very difficult task to
I
get that
can't
spawns back for yourself.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen this map just be an absolute blow for one team because they're able to string P2 into 3 and then 4, and then you're up 120 seconds going into the second set of rotations. It can be absolutely insane if you're able to do it correctly. Note it is quite hard to do and to get it done the way that you to to get that time, but even so, like P3, like you said, can definitely be a big money hill too, but you can also hold that from either side. So even if you don't have those P4 spawns, you definitely want to try to get as much time as you can on that P3 garage. So then before you can try to break in.
Yeah, I think that is just dead center. We are going to give it a second try now of loading into this game. And once we are in, we will run through those rosters. I know the fans of both teams are like, I want to hear my guy's name. I want to see them on the screen. And we are getting into map one once again. Final thoughts going into this game, both map one and the game as a whole. Do you have a favorite to come out on top?
Well, I mean, we look at the two teams. University of Iowa last year finished 1-16. They're 17th in their division, and University of Northern Iowa finished 6th in the same division at 11-6. So take what you want from that. It looks like we have some new faces on both these rosters as well. So it could realistically, it's the start of the season. It could be anybody's game. Both teams looking to get a hot start, but I can definitely tell you that the University of Iowa looking for a better season than they had last year.
All right, so here we go, loading in. On your top left side is going to be UNI Gold. They got Sin City's Barney, Chalked, and Dorno. And then for the Iowa Hawkeyes, it is Not Toxic, I'm Buffed, Freeze, and Crayons. How do you like the early plays here out of Crossroads? Where are your strategies? What are you looking for both teams?
Well, you're definitely going to see a team. The team that's on the far left side, that's gonna be Iowa, right, or the Hawkeyes right now. They're gonna be trying to push in through, trying to flip these spawns out, but also trying to control the center tank, getting a little bit of time here. And for the side of for UNI Gold, they really just want to stay on the hill and try to hold down these spawns on the far right side of the map. But as I say that, it looks like Crayons is going to get a spawn back there. So spawns have flipped out now for the Hawkeyes, and they're going to be looking to try to hold on to these
Yeah, but when you're looking at these early slaying stats, UNI Gold came out hot. Dorno 3-1 already. Barney right there with him at 4-2. And we jump up to Barney as he's on top of the stairs finding that first kill. Looking to turn it into 2. Maybe 1 more to even steal these spawns back. A big fight right now for P2, but it is just going to be cut short. Toxic going to be coming in. Not Toxic, sorry. Man's got a lot of words in his username. Going to be able to find that kill, but it is not enough to push them off. UNI Gold come back through. They take control of P2. And with a very heavy lead off of P1, they're looking clean right now through the early moments.
Yeah, early moments here, definitely going the way for UNI Gold. They've been able to hold down this side particularly well so far. And now what you're going to want to see is both teams are going to start trying to make their way over, try to get whatever left of this time that they can. I expect UNI Gold maybe send a player or 2 back over here, but for the most part, they're going to be trying to set up towards this garage for this next setup.
Yeah, it's a good hold to answer right now by the Hawkeyes, managing to get in as Crayons gets that first kill, but it's just UNI Gold kind of giving up on this. They're going to make one more play, but Bubs and Crayons shut that down easily. It is all moving over to P3. The spawn's in favor of UNI Gold. They have their initial setup, so this rotation by the Hawkeyes could get really rough really early. You see it already. Chalk, Sun Cities, and Dorno, a triple kill in a row. UNI Gold looking to start applying that pressure. 1 kill to break, but the Hawkeyes really are getting all of their money here early on, trying to put through the UNI members.
Yeah, you're going to see the side of Iowa Hawkeyes trying to push in through the right side here, trying to just pushing through these small choke points, but it's going to be so tough when every player on UNI Gold is going to be set up either in a corner on a head glitch. It's going to be very, very tough to break these hills. Now you're going to see the side of Hawkeyes. They're going to try to push in through the top, not really going to be able to find anything there either as they continue just to fall, as UNI Gold continue to run up the score here, and they hold down the spawns for P4 as well. So this could get ugly really, really quickly here, Morgan.
Yeah, and when you're looking at these scoreboards, all members of UNI Gold sitting positive. Sin City, I guess, is technically even, but he just comes right through. Stunt City's gonna knock down the first one onto Toxic. Chalked right behind him, gonna get Bubs as well. The Hawkeyes just unable to take any fight right now, and they are getting melted through, sent back to the opposite side of the map. If they can't make a play for spawns or a play for anything right now, this score is gonna start getting real ugly real quick. You see here, Stunt City's getting caught between a rock and a hard place. Eventually cleaned up by Bubs, but trapped behind a corner now, the most forward member of the Hawkeyes. This is gonna be their best chance at making a play onto this site, and here it comes. Bubs around the corner, immediately shut down. Freeze looking to answer, and it's a 2-for-2 trade. Toxicity go down, though, as Chalked is on the board. UNI Gold holds strong, and the Hawkeyes are all sent back to their nest.
Oh man, this is just like what we said at the start of the game. If you can string P2, P3, and P4 together, you can be up 120 seconds going into this next hill. It looks like spawns finally are going to flip out for the side of the Hawkeyes, but it might just be a little too late here. They're going to get like 5-10 seconds on that hill tops before they're going to flip back out. UNI Gold going to continue to slay heavily here as they are absolutely running the slaying game at the moment. But Iowa Hawkeyes look like they're going to be trying to set up towards this middle map. The player's going to get pinched on now. So another 3 kills going the way of UNI Gold, and it is just not looking very good for the Hawkeyes right now.
Yeah, and I mean, if you take a step back from all of this slaying, it is definitely in favor of UNI Gold, but the Hawkeyes haven't really been where they need to be in terms of making, like, rotation plays, making plays for spawns, anything like that. So, yes, you get caught up on guys like Stunt Cities, guys like Chalk making these big multi-kill plays, but it is more that the Hawkeyes are not working together as a team. They are not setting themselves up in that advantageous position to start turning something back in your favor. Right here, Chalk is just setting up like a turret, eventually does get shut down as Stunt Cities trades it right back, but in comes Dorno as well. Stunt Cities looking to take one up close, ends up finding it. Him and Dorno get duo double kills, and UNI is up over 125 points. The Hawkeyes are really getting it sent their way. Stunt Cities not done yet. The spray for the double as he is now onto a 4-kill streak.
Yeah, it's always hard to push in on people who are on these head glitches. It makes it very, very tough to try to win these games. And for the side of the Hawkeyes, it's like, it looks like they're trying to set up so they can do team pushes, but just the factor is they're not rotating. And when you don't rotate on hardpoint, you're always going to be running into the other team who's just going to be there. They're going to be set up on these head glitches, set up in corners. They're going to have the advantage on you in every gunfight. And that's why the slaying is so heavily inside the favor of UNI Gold right now, as they continue just to run up this score.
What I will say is the Hawkeyes had a pretty good showing for themselves on P2 last time through. It wasn't really them gaining on the score, but they at least played it even, and right now they come off to an early start. Barney from up top is going to try and look to clear this man off in the corner. Turnaround shot onto Bubs does land, and it ends up being an extended 3-for-1 in favor of UNI Gold. Now Dorno looking to cover the flank for himself as Crayons gets picked up by Stuncities. What a move right now out of UNI's top Slayer. All the way to the backside, and he's going to be a one-man army looking for these spawns. Freeze gets spotted out, Stuncities gets tagged and cleaned up, but UNI Gold up 207 to 52. They have been running this game from the jump and looking to close it out strong to keep the momentum going into map 2.
Yeah, here's the issue now for the Hawkeyes. Yeah, you got spawns for P4, but you got to get to P4 now. This is the issue. UNI Gold has winner's advantage. They can just sit on this hill, or they can try to rotate on over after if they feel like it. Try to just push through, break these spawns. And that looks like exactly what we're going to see as they push on through. They get all 4 dead, and that's going to be spawns flipped out, and this is looking like this is probably going to be game for Morgan.
Yeah, right now, only 15 seconds remaining. Here comes the final. Double kill for Hawkeyes as they're going to try and push their way in, but Stuncity shutting it down all on his own. The man has been the MVP player since the kickoff, and is right now sitting 24-17 to finish it off for his squad. Toxic going to try and push in with the rest of his squad, but there's just not enough time left. UNI Gold are going to pick up map 1, 250 to 52, and we get a clean look at the play of the game. Oh, Freeze. Freeze just never had a chance at the end of that one. Dorno lining up a clean triple, and that's just really felt like the entire game. We were swapping between perspectives, but we were making sure to stick on the point of view for those UNI players because it seemed like no matter who you jump on, they're finding triple kills. They are doing it all on their own. And for the side of Iowa, for the Hawkeyes, they're really going to need to turn things around going into map 2.
Yeah, they are either going to have to turn up the strategy or they're going to have to turn up the slaying. It's going to have to be one of the two because you can't have neither. That's otherwise you're going to get 50-point clubbed like what you just saw in that first hard point there. Not really much to really talk about in that hard point. It was just all UNI Gold. They were rotating early. They were outslaying. They were just a beautiful, like that was a masterclass of how to play Crossroads hard point from UNI Gold.
Yeah, and that's the type of thing I don't want to let slip between the cracks is the fact that UNI Gold were doing amazing jobs on their rotations, on setting up the defenses for their spawns, on making sure they didn't get flanked. Yes, they are just slaying like crazy, and you're going in like it's a pub in some of these fights, but they are still doing the down and dirty work to make sure that they get what they need and come out on top. Next map, though, we're going to be heading into the Moscow Search and Destroy. And honestly, based on what I just saw, that is not a good thing if you're a Hawkeyes fan, because in the B site or the A site on top of the escalators, it can get really fast, really aggressive, and gunplay can become massive.
Gunplay is going to be so massive, especially with the current GAs that are in the system right now. No snipers, no smokes. So you're not going to have the smoke to throw down to watch your cover on offense going into that A site. So you're seeing a little bit more of different hits coming in from teams now. They're trying to hit in towards the middle map, go up the escalators. But really what you're going to see is you're going to see both teams running up, throwing trophy systems down on both sides, and then an absolute bloodbath over at A. And if that's what we're going to see, I expect to see this map go in the way of University of Northern Iowa.
Yeah, but it's the weirdest thing to me. You can never count a team out on Search and Destroy because there might be a guy that can't slay worth a damn over on Hardpoint, but then you get onto Search and the individual gunfights look very similar to what you see in those respawn modes, but that extra pressure of not having a life to fall back on makes the man cracked. He comes through and carries his squad. Will we see someone like that on Iowa? I am not going to lie to you and say yes, they're right there, but the chance exists. And you got to at least keep that hope open. It is going to be very interesting, though, if they continue to attack that A site, which is very gun heavy, or if they try to take control of the middle of the map and work over towards B through the windows.
Yeah, and another thing that I've seen a lot of teams doing too is like if they get control of middle map, they just rotate straight over towards that B site. And once you get that bomb down in B, the issue with that is I find B is actually a little bit easier to retake than the A site. That's why you only see teams on defense sending one player over towards B, because if they can retake that B site, it can be so huge. So it's definitely going to be interesting. And like you were saying, it can definitely come down to both teams with the way that the with everything works is when, like you were saying about I'm having an
Mhm.
absolute brain fart right now. I'm so sorry. When both teams are pushing in and you have those heavy slayers, like you were saying, they can change up from one map to the other, right? From hard point to search. Search really comes down to timing, especially as well. So that can be a big thing.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see. But for the moment, as we wait for these teams to set up their next lobby, we're going to send you guys to a very quick break. But do not worry, we are going to be back right now. UNI up 1-0 on the map count, getting ready for map number 2. All right, and welcome back. About to load into the second map of the evening, UNI Gold versus the University of Iowa Hawkeyes. And if you guys forgot, my name's Morgan Dunn, and I'm joined by Cruz. Cruz, that map one, it was a little bit rough for the Hawkeyes. What are they going to have to turn things around?
I mean, they're going to have to start slaying in the search and destroy. That's what it's really going to come down to. They're going to have to be able to get these kills because they were very heavily outslayed in that first map. And maybe they just got some ultimate search and destroy strategies. We don't really know. If we're looking at how their record looked last year and how that first map went, we might not be looking and hoping for too much. But you know what? It's a new season. Maybe it was just a bad map one. We got to throw it. We got to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and so if we're going to look forward to map 2, it is going to be Moscow for the SND. Snipers are gone, smokes are gone. We talked a bit of how we expected this one to play out over at the A site, and so a lot of gun-heavy firefights possible over there. On top of the escalators just begins to go crazy sometimes. UNI Gold coming in from the attacking side. What are you expecting out of them?
Oh, I'm expecting an A push first round, that's for sure. It looks like we're going to see player 4. That's going to be Barney pushing in through middle map, and we're going to send 3 players over towards A. Pretty general hit here coming in from Uni Gold to start off.
Yeah, so Dorno just going to throw in all of his utility and open it up for a flanker on the backside. Crayon spots the first one onto Stunsities, but he's immediately traded back. Hawkeyes managed to get a 2-for trade and make it 3-for-1 early on. Already going to be up for themselves as... I hate to tell it to you, Sport, but I can no longer see the game. All right, back in, and the Hawkeyes are going to be the ones coming out on top. No issues, a little bit of just a small mix-up as it ends up being the Hawkeyes coming out ahead. And that initial firefight, Crayon made a big play as he was going 2-for-1 on the flank and at least was able to pick up 1 kill.
Yeah, they were able to pick up that first round there. All right, there we go. Back into the game now. We can see what's going on here, and it looks like we're going to be seeing UNI Gold on defense. Looks like we're going to see a bit of a 1 and a 3 break off again here. We're going to have that player number 3. That's going to be Stunsities. He could make a big play here, pushing through the flank. He's not going to find anything. So if he has a huge play here, he's going to have a fight with player number 7, possibly going to shoot him in the back soon.
Yeah, but Chalk can be the first one. Actually, Stunsities just continues to sprint through, finds that first kill onto Bubs, and now Dorno answers with a headshot. A complete turnaround as Stunsities gets another, and that is how you answer UNI Gold. Flawless and fast, getting back onto the board and tying it up 1-1.
Yeah, and this is the gunfight I talked about. They're going to have to watch that. If he's going to be able to have that much freedom on every map, just running through the middle there and through that B side, that's going to be very, very dangerous for them because he hits that flank, comes back through escalators, able to get that pinch. And that's just an easy defensive round win there.
Yeah, so right now it is definitely a defensive-sided matchup. It is going to be interesting to see who from the attacking side can make that first big play, and I think it is all up to those players leading the way over by A, but now it looks like you and I actually make this middle split, going to take control of the middle of the map. How do you like this one?
This is interesting. This fight between Barney and I'm Bubs could be big. Bubs actually just going to be able to shoot him in the back. Suncity is going to be right there for the trade as well. So we're going to have a 2-for-2 split here. Both teams looking to rotate over towards this B site.
Yeah, and coming into B, complete control for UNI Gold early on. You got the 2 rotating members of the Hawkeyes, and going to be coming out of the window is Crayons. Gets the first kill, but not fast enough to trade out onto Stunsities, so we're left in the 1v1. Chalked going up against Crayons, and it seems like Crayons might have an idea as he pushes slowly through towards the doorway. Chalked ready for him, going to take those shots, going to chase him down, and finishes off the challenge. UNI Gold 2 in a row take that lead, and the Hawkeyes on the edge of losing their momentum and getting knocked out of this one quickly.
Yeah, they were lucky that they had the player flanking from top escalators. Otherwise, that round could have gotten out of control really quickly. Because all Bubs had to do was continue to push on through mids, and he probably would have found those two players pushing in through B. But luckily for them, they did have one more player coming down from the bottom escalators, and they were able to find him there before switching on out. I'm not able to
So
see HUD right now.
all good as we load in. It will be again the Hawkeyes going towards A, and it's actually their bomb carrier all alone towards A as the rest take control of mid towards the bottom side. So pressure onto Freeze to stay alive as Not Toxic gets the first kill down onto Stunt Cities. 4v3 advantage over towards the Hawkeyes, looking to even this one back up, and UNI Gold have frozen in their push, not risking another member going down.
Yeah, they UNI Gold. All they really got to do now is just they have these choke points set up. They're just waiting right now, trying to play for information, trying to see what they can find on the map. Barney's going to be very far back in the map right now, and it looks like we're going to see Iowa Hawkeyes trying to push in through this bottom right side of the map. Bomb finally rotating over towards the rest of his team. Crayon's going to be able to win a one-on-one with Chalk there, so that's going to leave them in a 4 versus 2 now, and a very good chance to win this round.
Yeah, Dorno trying to take control over the half wall and gets the headshot down onto Not Toxic as soon as I say his name. So doing good work there to try and keep the game even, but it's still a one-man advantage in favor of the Hawkeyes. Barney is going to have a lot of pressure on him, going essentially 2v1 inside the site. The timing is going to be massive, and there it is. Clean one onto Freeze and out like a thief in the night, managing to keep it alive. Another turnaround for UNI Gold, and they managed to keep it alive. From down 4-2 to up 2-0, they win 3 straight.
Okay, remember earlier in the map when you asked me what they need to do right to win this map? They can't be doing things like that. You cannot lose 4v2s when you got bomb site control. That is so unfortunate. I know they lost one on their entry into the bomb site, but man, did UNI Gold play that so well on their rotation in. They were able to pick up the player planting the bomb, and it was easy from that point on.
Yeah, as we take a quick look over at their weapons, I'm actually noticing no Krig 6s in any hands. It has all gone to the XM4, and you saw after the AK got GA'd, it was slowly starting to push across. It's like people didn't realize that gun was as good as it is. UNI getting very aggressive, though, gonna cut me off as Freeze gets headshotted. Stunt Cities follows it right up, and we are 4v2 in favor of the gold.
Yeah, 4v2, and this is going to be a very tough retake for Not Toxic and Bubs. They're going to have to try to push in through the right side of the map here and just try to see if they can do anything, but they're going to have to push in through choke points, and it's going to be really, really tough. Bubs going to have the XM4 in hand, and he's just going to see if he can spot out anybody, but he's going to get challenged from Dorno now. Just these players are doing such a good job on the side of UNI Gold of just peeking, shouldering, shooting a couple shots in. Barney going to be flanking up through the back now, going to be able to pick up one, spots out Bubs in the side. Teammates going to clean him up as well as UNI Gold go up 4-1 here. And as you were saying, man, that XM4, it has taken over the meta in terms of your flex roll gun. It is absolutely dominant when it comes to that mid-range to long-range gun now.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think that maybe our point of view went black there in round 1 because the universe just didn't want us to see the Hawkeyes coming out on top. Because since then, UNI have had no issues. They have sprinted their way through to 4 straight rounds. Even after their 4-2, they didn't lose either of their other 2 members. So Hawkeyes need to get a first blood, and they need to close out this round.
Yeah, they need to get a first blood here, and they need to be able to win this round. Stunt City's going to be pushing in very quickly. Crayon's going to be able to win the gunfight there, though. That's one that you definitely need to win. And so that should open up the bomb site completely towards this B site now, as we're going to see the side of UNI Gold still sit around this A site. Looks like they're just going to be trying to play for a retake. But here's the thing, though. Hawkeyes have no idea that Barney set up in the corner on these checkers. He's going to be able to find one there, so that's going to even out our man count. And now Hawkeyes are kind of trapped with the bomb here. They're down in the boulevard, and they don't really have anywhere to go with it. Players over at A in middle map, players over at B, and this is going to be very tough for them.
They're actually going to rotate all the way back through to attacker spawn, see if they make their way through, and since Chalk doesn't peek with that 74U, they have a moment to breathe now. So, Hawkeyes versus UNI, even in the 3v3, and UNI Gold showing no impatience. They are holding these angles like statues. The big play is going to come through here by A as around the corner they come. Barney looking for the first one on the Crayons, eventually cleans it up, but Freeze is able to get around the corner in time. Dorno, though, in on the pinch, manages to find the first one. Freeze answers with one of his own, and all of a sudden it's a 1v2. Turn the corner, trying to find it. Dorno dunking on him. UNI Gold go up again. 5-1 map point Hawkeyes. It is just not your day.
Man, the way that UNI Gold is playing this map right now, though, is so beautiful. Like, we can say as much as we want about how Hawkeyes aren't playing, like, at the greatest level at the moment, but, like, the fact of how good UNI Gold looks right now on when they're setting up, where they're sitting, they're just sitting waiting for information. Soon as they see the information coming from the Hawkeyes, they pounce on it. They see their mistakes. They're right there to get them. They're right there for the rotations over, and they have been almost flawless, besides the round we didn't see.
Yeah, so here we go. All or nothing for the Hawkeyes on that defensive side. And it looks like they're getting very aggressive on it. A full four-man push by A. Finally, it's not Toxic is actually going to stop and watch the middle of the map. And I think that might just be the play needed for the Hawkeyes right now as Bomb Carrier sprinting his way up. Around the backside comes Freeze, finds the first, finds the second. Freeze on the full spray, manages to get two, but Barney trades one back, and this is not over yet. Hawkeyes up 3-2, but control the A site, know where the last few members of UNI are. This is their best chance.
Yeah, but if UNI can wrap this over towards B, they still have a really good shot at being able to win this, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. We see Barney now trying to make his wrap over through the top left side of the mini map here. So he's going to be trying to see if he can spot any players out towards this A site. Should have a fight with Bubs very shortly here. He's going to spot him, shoulder it out, just get away with his life for now. I'm expecting Freeze to maybe try to make a pinch in here, but Freeze actually going to get gunned down by Stun Cities, and now they got control of this A site.
Yeah, problem was not Toxic, just not a member of this fight, completely stuck back in the defensive spawn and trying to push in now. That last kill was actually a suicide through the Semtech, so Hawkeyes again beating themselves in situations. They are up a man, and it is all left for the clutch situation post-plant. UNI with 29 seconds to defend as Not Toxic pushes his way up towards the top of the escalators. Barney gonna be first one around the corner, and he seems to know it, wants to find the timing, but just gets dunked. Opens up for the execution, though. What a team play. It's like an alley-oop as UNI Gold dunk home the final round.
Oh my god. As soon as I saw his arrow running for him instead of killing him, I was like, he's going to go for an execution to try to disrespect his opponent. Oh, that's so unfortunate. You get a little disrespected, but UNI Gold trying to just have some fun with a little 6-1 win as they were in absolute control of that map.
I mean, what timing right there at the end to be rushing in as soon as that final firefight happened. I was really giving Toxic credit for picking that one up at the top of the escalators. It seemed like he was maybe going to have a chance, but my brain, my eyes are not down there on the minimap. I didn't see the RKO creeping up from behind, and a big finish there to map number 2. That takes the map count to 2-0 in favor of UNI Gold. About to head over to the control, and be honest with me, is there a way for Iowa to get back into this one?
Okay, looking at the control that we're going to, checkmate. I'm gonna go with a no on this one. As much as I want to be impartial, I'm gonna go with a no. With how heavy this lane is in the favor of UNI Gold, come on. If they get into that spawn trap, do you really see them getting out of it on offense? That is going to be so tough. You really need to be able to slay out on control. It's really about getting that top plane control, and if you don't have the slaying power to get that top plane control, you're just going to get ran over and out of the map.
But we were talking beforehand that the attackers have been figuring this map out more and more, so we haven't seen that spawn trap lock in as much. We haven't seen it be completely defensive sided. That is kind of risky because no longer, if you're the worst team, can you at least count on 2 rounds going your way through the control. But maybe, just maybe, Iowa can make that one big play, sneak their way through to winning an attacking side, or maybe just waste the clock out on defense to get onto the board. But I got to agree with you. If not a 3-0, a 3-1 really feels in the cards right now for UNI Gold. They have just been playing at another level. And personally, I am really interested to watch how these guys come through and who is going to be taking that MVP spot. The slaying is going to be all over the place for UNI Gold. And you know they're arguing with each other right now who really is the top dog.
I don't even think they're arguing with each other right now. These guys are just vibing.
Friendly competition. Friendly competition. Put it like that.
Vibes are just flowing right now. These guys are on top of the world. They just got a 50-point club pretty much in hardpoint. 6-1 victory in Search and Destroy. They're feeling good, man. They've looked really good too. Like I don't know. It looks. I have such a hard time thinking that they're going to end up losing this series at this point. Like I know you said maybe a 3-1. I really felt like if they were going to win any of these maps, maybe the search, but like we just saw how that happened. So it's like control can be a weird mode. Some teams don't fully have it figured out yet, but man, I just really can't see that going in their way.
Yeah, so going forward, this is still week one, so very tough to see how these two teams are going to shake out. But if we call back to the new system that the CCL is going to be following, split one and then split two, it does seem like UNI is going to be in that top group coming into split two. They're going to be the ones playing for those top 4 spots that just get an automatic bid in the final playoffs. So right now, I think all the pressure is onto Iowa and how they are going to be able to regain. They didn't have the best season last year, going, I believe, 1-16 when it was all said and done. But at the very least, they are an experienced team. They have been in the CCL before. And if they are going to be coming into this next season, there's a whole lot of new green teams that don't have that experience. They may be able to hold their own. What are the keys that Iowa needs to fix up going into their future matchups?
Definitely watch VODs. They can learn a lot from watching their VODs, trying to learn, figure out what they did wrong, just like anything. Like we watch our own VODs, try to get better with our casting, right? So that's probably your number one takeaway right now from these two teams. You want to watch your VODs, you want to just get more comfortable as a team. We don't even know how long this team has fully been together for. This could be their university wanted to get a team into the CCL, and this was their way of doing it. They just put this team in. I mean, last year it didn't go super well for them. They were probably hoping that this year would go a little bit better. Not off to the great start, but I mean, you know what? They can always turn it around.
Yeah, and I think personally, the way I always like to talk about teams is yes, it is a team game, but the individuals can be such difference makers. To just be that spark, be the fire to get things going. And on Iowa's side, my eyes just kind of drift over to Crayons. He's had moments in these matchups where he's been coming in 1v1 and able to take on these amazing Slayers from UNI. In the one round that they actually picked up there on the SND, round 1, it was Crayons that had the timing, turned around, picked up a big kill to shut down an aggressive flank by UNI. And so either him or Not Toxic, I think, are the guys that have to find their rhythm, find their groove first, and open up that door for the rest of their teammates to follow.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Crayons has looked good. I think Freeze has looked pretty decent as well. Just like we were saying before, it really comes down to that slaying ability though. It just feels like they're just not on the same level at the moment. It's really gonna just take time. They got to work more as a team together, to counteract the heavy gun skill that the other team has, right? Because you can beat gun skill with good strategy, but at the moment, it seems like it's so like they're just not on the same level.
But as we are getting ready to load into this final map, I gotta tell the people in chat, I think you should get your clips ready, because the way that these rounds kick off, by rushing into the middle of the plane and have that chance for 1 or 2 members of the same team just completely clear it out, I feel like there will be some big moments. I hope you guys all remember to clip that final execution, but it just feels like someone got it. Probably multiple people got it, but it just feels like right now the slaying side of UNI, even when you're up big, you want to make a statement week 1. You want to tell the people that went deep into the playoffs last season that you are here, you are coming for them, and that is going to take the form of big multi-kills and big lives for some of these players looking for those score streaks and looking to just dunk on the enemy team.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Honestly, me and you haven't really gotten a chance to talk about score streaks yet too much. How do you feel about score streaks being in the game now? I personally like them.
No, I love the change. It completely has flipped how you feel about some of these control maps, where it goes from impossible to now, as long as you can get an artillery strike, you can find that one big break. But we haven't talked about them so far, because even though there's been very good slaying out of the side of UNI, no one man has taken over and just sprinted through a big enough skill streak to actually find them for himself. So that's what you can at least say for Iowa. They have kept it close. They have been able to shut people down before those artillery strikes and cruise missiles come in, and now we will get to see if they continue it, ready to load into map number 3.
Yeah, and I mean, streaks probably aren't even going to be that big of a deal here on Checkmate either. It's very hard to shoot them on in through that roof. So we haven't seen him through those first 2 maps. Not really expecting to see him too much here, but we'll just have to see. Again, guys, get ready for this bloodbath top lane because it is so important to have this control going into this map.
That is the one thing you mentioned before the game, that if any of these maps start getting pushed out for the new maps coming in, Checkmate might be up there, especially in competitive, because the score streaks kind of struggle to get their way in here. Loading in now, going to be UNI Gold coming in from the defensive side as the Hawkeyes take the attack, try and push in. Actually, it's looking like an early push for Crayons by that A side, and I actually had them backwards, the attack and defense. I was thinking the SND setups. Not Toxic going to try and push his way up in towards the top of the plane, but Barney going to pick up the second kill for UNI Gold. They are already up to a 3 respawn lead for themselves and have taken complete control of the plane. So a big play out of Crayons to see if he can knock some of these guys down in the middle, but no, UNI continue to slay. No one has gone down until Barney finally gets himself headshot, and they are 2 tabs of control on B through this round already.
This is the fastest I think I've ever seen the B site go up. That was insane. What a good break off for the side of UNI Gold. But honestly, I've got to maybe even put that on a bad break off for the side of Iowa Hawkeyes. They only sent 1 player into top lane. They sent the other player to wing. And then they lost their gunfight in a 2v1. That's so unfortunate. Stunsity's going to win 2 big gunfights right here on screen. That was insane. He's just going to continue to try to pick these players off now towards this left side of the map because these players are going to be spawning out so far, but not Toxic. Going to be able to make a big flank in from behind and pick up 1 as well. So they're going to shut down this push at the moment. He's going to win that one-on-one with Barney. But, I mean, UNI Gold, they have 2 minutes. They only need 1 more tick here.
Yeah, so already is just such a difference, an 8 respawn difference between the squads as Bub puts down a double kill, but Shocked cleans him up. UNI Gold making this final push possibly over towards A, and it is Crayons on the lone defense. His teammates starting to stack up behind him to see what can happen, but Barney just gonna turn the corner and completely shut him down. Dorno following it up with the headshot onto Freeze, and the time has run out just like that. UNI Gold go up 1-0, winning the attacking side.
Like we said at the very start, this top plane control is so important. This is the only time we saw that a push get shut down for the side of for UNI, and it was because Toxic went top lane. Toxic got control of top lane. He was able to kill 2 guys, push in, get the 3rd onto Barney.
Yeah, so Toxic, I mean, he at least did what I called him out to do, tried to take control, but at that point, already you have given up 2 tabs of control on A, completely lost B, you are down by 8 respawns, so play of the game maybe, but no one was feeling like it was getting turned around, and oh my god, don't look at the scoreboard. Hawkeyes, Freeze, and Crayons yet to get on. They are both sporting goose eggs, and that is just not how you come in and make a statement here week 1.
Yeah, well, there you go. Freeze able to pick up his first kill of the game.
Okay.
That 2nd and 3rd as well. Oh, going for the 4th as well. Okay, Freeze. Gonna shut you right up, Morgan, as Freeze gonna come out very hot to start this round off, getting top lane control, and they're gonna start getting some ticking towards this A site.
Listen, I guess that's a caster blessing for Freeze. Finally gonna actually go down, and this might be where it starts turning the other way. UNI Gold in a short 3v1 for themselves managed to retake control and clear off all the control that was gained onto A. Hawkeyes, that initial push looked good, but they are now even on the respawn. Stunsity's gonna push up, knock down Freeze to get revenge down, and has a chance to lock in this kill, or this spawn trap. Finds the second one. Teammates starting to push forward. How many kills can one man get with 9 bullets left? Gonna get another one, drop the reload, go to the Diamante as just a monster in the back lines, as Hawkeyes have no answer. The UNI members have pushed so deep in, and there is no stopping Stunsities. Another 2. The 6th streak is in, melting through the side of the Hawkeyes, and with 20 seconds remaining, the monster is finally killed.
They just, with 15 seconds left, cleared out their base after winning the initial break off. They got outplayed so heavily in the middle of the map that they were able to push on it and get that spawn trap in that we were talking so heavily about before. This round's already over. Nobody's going to get close. What a round from UNI Gold on defense.
What a round from Stunsities. What are we talking about?
Absolutely.
That was the one-man play, getting deep into the side, and how he managed to get that kill first with 9 bullets left in his Crick 6. Yeah, now we get to just watch it again, and you know what? I'm going to shut up, let it happen. And the final one on to Freeze.
Oh my god.
Actually, he almost got another kill into that one. I love when the play of the game is so good that they can't fit it all into the end of the round. He was not done at that point. And oh no, he's actually on the XM4. I think I was just getting so excited I might have called it that Krig 6, but the damage over 2,300 now for Stuncities, 13 and 5. And the Hawkeyes, they gotta play through Toxic and Freeze right now. See if they can turn things the other direction. A 2-for-1 trade in favor of UNI Gold to kick it off. Already taking that lead on the respawns and getting in onto the B site. They have a very set strategy, it seems like, but Bub's going to be able to break it off early this time through.
Yeah, so the difference that the Iowa Hawkeyes make this time is they're able to send Bubs as the second player through top. Looked like UNI Gold wasn't expecting him. He was able to hop down from top, pick up those two players, and be shut down that first tick of action, as I don't believe it's gone all the way through yet. It doesn't look like it. So they're able to get them out, but just going to have trades back and forth now, and it's going to be a 2v2 really for this B control.
Yeah, so there goes the first kill for Barney. Start taking it back over, but at least he got Toxic underneath to hold on. Spotted out, though, by Chalked. No chance in that firefight. It is a striped kill feed. No one able to take control in these in-between moments. And UNI Gold, for the first time, they're kind of experiencing what it's like to not get their way. They don't get that initial B hit all the way to completion, and now Dorno gonna get shut down by Toxic. That is really big, because time is starting to run out. Only 35 seconds remaining. UNI Gold need to find themselves a site and stick to it. Stuncity is saying we go by A. Hawkeyes are still defending heavy by B, and it is going to be up to Not Toxic and Freeze to make this break. First one falls to the headshot. Next one looking to turn the corner, see what he can find around the backside, but a lot of shots for Freeze. Does not get very many kills. Cleared off, and the A site is open to get fully capped.
Oh yeah, that A site's done. They got all control of that, and they just all three of them just jumped on into that. They're going to get that third tick so quick there. And now they're going to be trying to focus their attention over towards B. But the thing is, Iowa's going to have some players set up this time. But Stuncities does not matter. Going to run through with the XM4. Going to be able to pick up another kill there for himself. He is playing lights out in this series. He's going to pick up another one on Crayons there, as they now are able to start jumping onto this hill. They're going to have a minute 14 left. Iowa Hawkeyes only got 7 respawns left. Going to be a 4 respawn lead for UNI Gold. And, oh man, with where they're just sitting, it's going to be so tough for them to win this round now.
Yeah, Chalked on top of the wing just has all the overwatch he needs, and Hawkeye's really starting to get pushed back into their spawns. 6 respawn difference now as they are just extending it in the pinch around the backside. Comes Chalked, 1-2, not quite the third, but it might just be enough. 1 respawn left, and with 45 seconds, Hawkeyes just will not be able to stay alive. Let's see how they do. Backs against the wall, desperation to make themselves a name here in the CCL. Bub's gonna try and slide in behind the cover as Freeze gets taken down on the opposite side of the map. That's the last respawn gone, but Crayons is going to be able to get himself one in return. Final seconds now, as it is a 6 respawn to 0. Crayons all alone for himself, but hopefully going to try and run out this time. Just stay alive at this point as they're hunting. They want him. They don't want this one to come down to control. Chalk's going to challenge. He runs away. UNI Gold just rushing around in circles, and are they even going to chase him down? Are they just going to let this timer run out? They want to keep playing? I am unsure of the reasoning, but we will not be done quite yet. We're into round 4.
Morgan, what did we just see?
I think that's what you call BM. Or maybe it's just like a kind invitation to play more Call of Duty with friends. Let's leave it at that.
Oh, you know what? I like that. Invitation to play more Call of Duty with friends. They're just going to throw the round away. You know, they didn't care.
Yeah, it's an interesting one to try and cast. You don't usually expect the strategy of just running away from the final guy to give them over the rounds, but we'll see how it pays out. This might be the next high IQ play coming to the pro scene very soon. Dorno going to switch over to that XM4 to join up with Stuncities. And for UNI Gold, I start to wonder, how deep will they let this slide? If they get another lead here in round 4, are they going to give it away again? Are they going to take the Hawkeyes all the way to around number 5? And I mean, these early kills going back and forth give no one a big lead. Hawkeye's going to be on the early jump for themselves. I'm confused still. I'm still shaking my head, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, me too, man. It's just, we're watching that. You can't help but laugh a little bit as well. But I mean, it looks like the side of Hawkeye is going to get some top lane control. Bubs up top. They're going to be able to pick it up, and they're going to be able to start trying to get some time over towards this A site, but not going to be the case. Is Barney going to be able to clean up 2 down there for himself as well? I don't even know really what to say right now, Morgan. It's just they're just maybe trying to put some disrespect on their opponent's name.
Yeah, I mean, the Hawkeyes still haven't been able to get any control on these sites, even though they're starting to slay it big across the map. They are up by 6 respawns as Toxic gonna get pinned down, and Crayons finds that first shot onto Barney. Crayons with a second one onto Dorno. So 2 for 1 there, 3 for 1 in the immediate as the Hawkeyes get over by A and start to put down some control. Bubs around the corner trying to spray himself one down, taking the inside of the plane. Time is starting to run out for the Hawkeyes, and they are completely pushed off of A, so now or never if they want to contest and try to keep this turnaround alive. It looks like UNI Gold have given up the charity, and they are going to start taking back on that loan. A couple kills towards the backside. Here comes Bub with a final chance, 10 seconds remaining, and it is all looking over by A. Stunsty is going to be the man to meet him around the corner as 2 members of UNI take control of the middle of the map. A lot of control getting gifted through, and is Stunsity's even going to pick it? No, another donation to the Hawkeyes. We got at least an extra minute to wait.
Yeah, they're going to be able to secure that A point. And I mean, wow, I was going to say there was a huge respawn lead for the Hawkeyes earlier in the round, but I guess UNI Gold decided, like you said, to quit the charity here, and now they're going to be in the spawn trap. This is going to be very tough to break out of. Chalk just going to be aiming down sight, trying to find anything, going to be able to pick up Bubs. Toxic's going to fall. Crayon's going to fall as well to Stunsity's in the far left now, as Stunsity's back in his natural habitat in the other team's base, as he's just going to continue to try to rain down fire here. Finally going to fall as well, but 33 seconds left, 5 respawns. This is going to be a very tough round to win.
You know what I think it is? I think Chalk just hit 30 kills, and that might have been the mark they were waiting to get towards, because at this point, it's not even easy for UNI Gold to throw the game. They're so deep into the spawns of Hawkeyes. I wonder if they'll even be able to reach these sites, and it's not going to happen. Stunsities throws a big elbow into Crayons, gets that kill. Dorno going to try and close it off as Freeze trades him back, and with 5 seconds remaining, I think that will have to be the buzzer. Just a slide too late. UNI Gold end up picking up map 3, 3-1, and clean sweep their way to a week 1 victory over the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yep, 3-0 win. Should have been a 3-0 in the control as well, but I mean, it is what it is. They just wanted they wanted chat to be able to hear us for a little bit longer, Morgan, before we throw it to our next 2 beautiful casters for our next series today. But I mean, I can't even really say it was a great match. It was more so just one-sided for UNI Gold. They looked really good, though. I'm excited to see them, and I'll be even more excited to see them maybe when we head towards next week. Maybe we'll get another bigger opponent for them to play. Maybe they'll be, but for sure they're looking like they could be a top team in this division. So once they get to the second set, and we're going to see them playing against the other top teams of the other division, could definitely be in for some very good matchups.
You know what? I'll say that was a good matchup. Even though there were some meme moments, even though that final round was possibly a bit undeserved for Iowa's side, they still, both teams got a few kills. UNI definitely gave themselves some highlights, and it was overall exciting, even if it was a bit one-sided.
Yeah, we got an assassination. You're right. You know what? We got an assassination.
Yeah, that's the first assassination I've actually seen in Cold War. A lot less people going for it than what there's been in Modern Warfare. I don't know. Maybe people are just being a little bit nicer. But with all that being said, you mentioned it. We have 2 more games left on stream, and me and Cruz are going to be taking ourselves a small break. You got to be ready, as next matchup is going to be the University of Nebraska-Lincoln taking on Northwest Missouri State University. Casters will be Cambert, as well as, I can never pronounce his name. Can you give me a help here? Keglinek?
I don't know. I haven't been formally introduced to him myself yet, so
I'm going to go with Keglinek. Keglinek and Cambert going to be jumping in on the stream. I want to thank everyone for tuning in thus far, and stick around because me and Cruz will be back later in the night in recap. It is a 3-0 in favor of UNI, and we will see you guys again very soon.